SWOT analysis is an acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so by doing this in your business and really taking a deep dive and a serious kind of heartfelt look at what those truly are is a great way to map out what your future plan should be. So first, it's important to look at your strengths. And one of the things that a lot of agents might have as a strength is that they're a natural people person. But the reality is that that strength is one that we tend to sort of push aside because it is natural and in our wheelhouse. And so I think it's important to dig deeper as an agent looks at their strengths and really understand, yeah, you're a people person, but how are you a people person? How is that? Is it that you can walk up to anyone and engage in a conversation? Is that you have great follow-up? And that's going to inform where you're going to want to dig in deeper to your business. And I think it's also important when you're looking at strengths to ask others, because I think sometimes we're blind to our own strengths. So ask your current clients, ask past clients, why did you choose me? What is it about me that made it that I was the agent that you chose? So that's kind of why it's important to look at your strengths, and you want to lean in there. And then, of course, not so fun, look at your weaknesses and be honest about your weaknesses as well. And that really can give you a great roadmap for where you might want to hire or outsource. So for example, if organization and paperwork is not one of your if that's one of your weaknesses, that tells you very clearly who you need to add into your business to help you and where those weaknesses are. And every weakness is a great opportunity. And technically so are strengths, right? There's a lot of opportunities. So that's the next one, is to really look at where those opportunities lie. And so I think some examples of that, and it's important to understand where your market is, where your market trends are, and what the agent statistics are. One of the things that we're seeing in many, many places across the country is our agent population is aging. And there's a lot of boomers out there that are not planning to be in this business long term. So for the new agents coming in, knowing that there's a huge agent population that's looking to retire in the next few years, that can be a great opportunity. So really analyzing where do those opportunities lie, looking at your sources of business and understanding, wow, I'm getting a lot of business from my database, or I'm getting some business from farming, and doubling down and looking at an opportunity of, if I increase the farm area, there's big opportunity there because I'm very successful. So really analyzing and thinking about it that way. And then finally, really looking at threats. And this is one that I think we have to be so careful. There's so much noise in the industry about all the threats to our business and the threats to the industry itself. And so I think it's important that we name those threats, and then we really look at them and analyze. Is the iBuyer programs, is that really going to put us out of business? And how do we look at that then? And kind of look at some of the noise that's there and analyze it from a data perspective and look at real. And I think one of the things that is the real truth is generally the biggest threat to our business is ourselves, our habits, our time management, and things like that. And I think when we really start to analyze some of these other perceived threats, I think it becomes really clear, nope, it tends to be us as our biggest threat. The reality is, the real estate transaction is infrequent. People don't know. They are nervous. And 9 times out of 10, when there is any kind of transaction, there's usually a big life opportunity, big life change that's happening at the same time. A death in the family, a divorce, a new baby, a new job, some kind of life change that's stressful for them. And they need us. They need us in that, and at least not so far. Artificial intelligence and people-less transactions, and they're not able to give the clients what they really need, which is empathy. And I think as long as we are really talking about that as our value proposition, I think that's going to make that threat pretty non-existent. Right. Consistency. Don't quit too soon. I think most of the time, when an agent is looking at a marketing plan, for example, they're looking at a farm and they think, okay, I'm going to try this for a while, and maybe they don't budget properly, or for whatever reason, they get busy, they don't know what to send out, they haven't outsourced, they haven't found help with that, so they're trying to create this, and they stop. or they do it for 6 months and they say, oh, I didn't get any business out of that, it doesn't work. So I think consistency is everything, and I have seen it time and time again, is if you will do the activities, the business will come. And what I've always found interesting, I built my business door knocking. I was an avid door knocker, and I would door knock every single day. And there were many days where I would door knock and nobody was home, but I door knocked, right? And I did what I needed to do, and I would get a call from somewhere totally different. And I truly believed that call would not have come if I had not gone and gone door knocking. So I think being consistent with the activities, it builds that momentum in your business, and I think that is one of the things that agents get discouraged, they run out of money, whatever, they stop too soon, right when they're getting ready to really be able to dominate their market.